Namaste, Jai Bharat. Proportionate reaction is not war. Proportionate reaction is not aggression. It's not even conflict. It's only reaction when you create an action. It's a reaction in proportion to the action which you have initiated. So, one has to say, both structurally and functionally, it's a very noble way of retaliating. Here we don't want to create any harm to anyone other than the guilty who are established, explicitly guilty people. So that's what Bharat had been doing. Now, after the proportionate reaction, now all these reactions are not just at the surface level spontaneous, they have their own historical history. They have their own historical history. They are definite given structure. We understand it, we know it. It's not that we are unaware of such things. We know the very background or the entire background upon which these people operate, and not the terrorists, because terrorists are blind. The terrorists per se are blind. They are being used. They are getting used. They're being used, and we shall continue to get used because they're fundamentally blinded people. So they are directed this way, that way. So the directors who should be given film awards for direction are the ones who function behind it. So the whole thing should be aimed at them, but then that doesn't often happen because they're experts in hiding, making these people scapegoats and they're unaware. So this whole thing is known to not just us, it's known to anyone who wants to see, who's gifted with fundamental ingenuity and perception, understands it without any detailed discussions or explanations. So what Bharat had been doing is proportionate reaction. Now, the Pahalgam attack took place. So we have destroyed the identified terrorist camps, mostly in their occupied Kashmir and in other isolated places, they are thought which are safer havens. That's it. But then they could have stopped there. But then they started being, they were all confident. See, the problem with this, they don't have their own weapons. They hardly have their own anything. Whatever is the radars, erstwhile kind of things, and the air defense system, everything they borrowed, bought, whatever, but procured from someone else's. And these people are not very efficient people. That's fundamental problem with them. They're not that capable people. That's why they get excellent imported equipments to fight, and then they fail because of their individual incapability and, of course, obviously lack of training, because they talk more and do work less. See, there's a saying we used to find in most of the military installations in our nation, that the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. These slogans I have seen in almost every, at least Air Force installations where I have been working with. So the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. It means we are continuously undergoing different multiple kinds of training. We are not a relaxing force. That's my personal experience. We are not just a relaxing force. We are active, and rather we are kept active, and we have a lot of things to do in peacetime. And everything that we do is a preparation for battle, war on a final analysis. So many things we had been doing. We were never relaxed, lethargic, and we were not that kind of people who are free. So we were made to sweat during peace, so that our people will bleed less in war. But that kind of work culture is not with Pakistan. Right from top to bottom, they don't have such kind of work culture. Everything is an I version, and I think most of them are involved in serious self-deceptions. They think that they are, but which they are really not. So they have this kind of problems of getting self-deception, they are involved in self-deception, then self-stultification that self-deception which leads to self-stultifications often, and the imagined kind of existence which has nothing to do with the reality, something akin to the lotus eaters poetry. So this is a situation where we were only reacting proportionately, and then when they attacked, of course we have beautifully attacked their basis. They thought they can do a lot of things. They thought they can defend. They thought, the problem with Pakistan is that they blindly think and believe and really seriously believe that the people in Bharat are like the people in Pakistan. They think that we are all the same. They think the people are all the same, and the governance is all the same, the society is all the same. They also wrongly think that our ethos and values are all the same, but they don't have these two things in them, ethos, values, etc. We are entirely distinct in terms of culture, not faith system, in terms of culture, Sanskriti. So our attitude, our ethos, our morals, our values are entirely different from what they practice, and they simply believe that whatever the trouble they have in Pakistan are similar in Bharat also. So that's why you hear many people in YouTube saying that there is Bhukumari, this thing, corruption. Now, whatever they see, they take it as for granted that it's all these things there in Bharat also. That's only because because of their absolute ignorance and unknowledge. That's their problem. But from that, they start considering that they can do, they can equate themselves with us, even in battles. That's why they boldly come forward to battle. I'm talking about the common soldier. He doesn't understand what's happening here, so he comes forward thinking that the person here is as good as him. He would run away when needed, etc. And all the narratives. So this is one thing. So we had been doing this precision attack with a very, very high success rate, and we are never proactive. We were doing reactions in proportion with their actions. With all these noble steps, nothing makes sense to them. So they went on attacking. They tried their best. They thought that they can send drones and they succeed. Then, of course, they realized that their drones don't reach us because our air defense system is something which they don't understand, beyond their reach, and etc. 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 So that's the situation in Pakistan. We had been very reactive only in a proportionate manner. I mean, actually, that should not be the case, because this is not going to help them. It's not going to help us. It's not going to help anyone. We shall meet again with some other thought. Namaste. Jai Bharat. Jai Sri Ram.